peasant in your life? What? What you talking about being a peasant? I'm not talking about, this thing is heavy. I'm not talking about the old-fashioned peasant work like we used to do.
Here, let me help you with those.
No, that's okay. I got it. Thanks.
Honey, let me take care of dinner for you here.
Oh, no, honey. No. I'll pay for my half. Thank you.
Can I clean those windows for you, baby?
No, honey. I got it. Thanks. I don't trust him to do it right. What the? Where are the men when I really need them? Dear diary, how come men don't treat me like I'm special to them? They treat me like a good buddy, but not a girlfriend. Why can't I get them to commit to me? Boo-hoo. Our peasant, when left alone, she gets really lonely and angry and resentful. She's really scared and alone in the world. She's out of touch, or rather, she's never been introduced to the other two parts of us, which is the princess and the priestess part of ourselves. Don't be a peasant in your life. Be a princess. The princess part of us knows her rightful place in this lifetime. She receives well, and no matter what the circumstances, she handles it with grace, dignity, and enjoys a delicious outcome. She's always treated like a princess.
Here's your tea, my love. Exactly the way you like it.
Thank you. It's perfect.
The priestess part of ourselves is often mysterious, dark, and unseen. We would never talk about her, but she has power and wisdom beyond the ages. She stands for our true freedom and full self-expression in this lifetime.
Loving your 3 Ps simply means allowing the beauty and grace of our princess to come out and accessing the deep wisdom that's inside our priestess, so that these two parts will guide our peasants and show her how to be in this world in a joyous, grounded, powerful place. I want to tell you about what happened yesterday. I had a coaching session with a new client, and this was our very first session since the complimentary discovery sessions that she had 2 weeks ago. And she came on all excited, wanting to tell me what happened in the last 2 weeks as she waited for her coaching to start with me. And she said, oh my gosh, May, you wouldn't believe it. Ever since you taught me about your loving your 3 Ps concept, I start to see the distinction in my head, which part of me that's working. And so she said that she had a business meeting with a client that she has been pursuing for 5 years. 5 years. Now that's a very tenacious peasant, you know. Anyway, so she's been working on this deal, trying to lock it in, and the client wouldn't commit to her. The last straw was that they pull in a competitor of hers. She happened to know the competitor, and she also got words of what the competitor did in the meeting. The competitor told the company about, you know, all her experience and everything, and so my client felt really threatened. So she said, May, in the old days, before talking with you, my peasants would have just like spent all night long trying to figure out a bigger dog and pony show and, you know, prove herself that she's better than, and, you know, come up with all these cases to prove to the client that she's a better choice. But she said she went inside and thought about it, and this voice came out, and she said, the voice said, we are not going to jump through hoops for this. We're not going to, you know, trying to outdo her and stoop so low. We're just going to come in, trust ourselves, and do what we know is right to do. And she said, I walked into the meeting, May, like a brand new person. I was confident, I was calm, and I delivered my proposal. And at the end of it, the client hired me. Not bad, huh? For the coaching didn't even start yet. Anyway, I was so excited for her. And she's like, do you think that was my priestess or princess at work and all that stuff? And I said, don't worry, I'll make sense for you in the future. Okay, I'll tell you one more story, because I just love these stories, and they're coming in from all over the world, actually, about how knowing your 3 Ps and learning to work with them really changed people's lives out there. So I got a client from Sweden, and I don't know if you know anything about Swedish women and men and the condition of their relationship over there, but in Sweden, men and women are so neutralized and so equalized that they don't even see each other as men or women. Or at least they try not to show. And so what happens to the women in Sweden is that they get really masculinized and hardworking, and oh man, talk about a country full of peasant women. So they are just exhausted and starving for affection, and very just angry, deep down inside, angry and disappointed. So I was invited to Sweden last year to do some work and bring the concept to some of my friends in Sweden, and they've been in this 90-day program with me. So I just got an email from Anna, one of my clients, and she said, you know, I went to the airport the other day and I had a great experiment. I just showed up as a princess, and I just walked there with my 2 children, and all these men came out to help me. They lift my bags, they show me places to go, they help me, they even flirted with me. Swedish men don't flirt, May. I was just like, wow. She said, I was so delighted, and I knew that it was because of the way I was being. It wasn't because it was an accident. And I continued my experiment. This is what she said. You know, I continued my experiment all the way through business meetings, and I showed up the way I did, and my boss treated me well, and then I got home, and my husband, you know, had the house all clean and cooked for me, and I was just like, wow, I haven't said anything. I didn't, you know, demand it from him or anything, and yet it was all done for me. So I was just so tickled at the shift that they are seeing in their life, from big to small, work-wise or relationship-wise. It's just amazing when you know to show up as a peasant, a healthy, happy peasant, guided by the elegance and gracefulness of the princess, and the wisdom and strength and power, real power, not insecure power, of the priestess. Life is just so good. I work with divorced women who are dating again, or couples who are in crisis. What I found is that divorced women who are dating again tend to have these issues, and I wonder if you experience the same thing. They are either walking on eggshells in their new relationship, and also with their current relationship, to try to blend everything together. And they are constantly worrying about everybody's happiness or satisfaction, or even just getting along with each other. You know, the new family and the old family, and the relatives and the exes and all that stuff. It just is taxing on the emotion of a divorced woman who are dating again. And then some of them also have, you know, they're in a relationship, but they know that it's not fully there yet. They're settling for something, and something is not quite right yet. Somehow their relationship with their man is not where they want to be. They want to be adored and have devotion and be treated like a princess, but they don't even know how to ask for that. They don't even know to articulate that. And yet that's the hunger deep inside them. Because, you know, they already broke one marriage. They don't need to go through another marriage recycling the same old pattern. And they're all working way too hard, taking on all the responsibilities of their life, both at work, at home, with the children, with the exes, with the parents. Oh my gosh, the list goes on. So they're exhausted and lonely and angry and resentful. And when they discover the loving your 3 Ps and these parts of themselves, and how easily and so quickly when they can integrate those 3 parts, that they can immediately turn their life around. It's like, hallelujah. So when we learn to love our 3 Ps, the peasant, the princess, and the priestess part of ourselves, we will be confident, successful, and even sexier. We'll be treated with kindness, respect, and even devotion and adoration. Who wouldn't want adoration, right? Life is super fun and easy, loving and luscious. Whatever you want, my darling, will be handed to you on a silver platter.
Your wish is my command.
Go now to my website, MaiVuCoach.com, and click on that little button that said book your session. And we're going to have a great time.